Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Jonah channel. Today we continue the Mark series with chapter 13. If you have been enjoying this series, I would like you to consider subscribing to this channel, as there will be plenty other videos and similar to this, and plenty other series going diving into a book. And with that being said, let's hop into today's video and continuing with reading Mark chapter 13. The destruction of the temple, foretold. As he came out of the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Look, teacher, what large stones and what large buildings." Then Jesus asked him, "Do you see these great buildings? No, not one stone will be left here upon another. All will be thrown down." When he was sitting on the Mount of Olives opposite to the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, "Tell us, when will this be? And what will be the sign that all these things are about to be accomplished?" Then Jesus began to say to them, "Beware that no one leads you astray. Many will come in my name and say, 'I am he,' and they will lead many astray. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. This must take place. But the end is still to come, for nations will rise against nation, and kingdoms against kingdoms. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will be famines. This is but the beginning of the birth pangs." Wow. The first section is already starting off strong. A disciple says, "Look, teacher, what beautiful stones and what wonderful buildings." The temples in Jerusalem were extraordinary. Massive white pillars. Massive white stones. Some were over 40 feet long. Gold platings that shone in the sun and expanded and renovated under Herod the Great. It was a center of Jewish worship, a symbol of national identity, and seen as a secure and enduring. To the disciples, it looked permanent. "Do you see these great buildings? There will be not left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." This is radical. Jesus predicts total destruction, and historically, this was fulfilled in 70 AD, when the Romans destroyed Jerusalem and the temples. For first-century Jews, this would have been unthinkable. The temple represented God's presence. Its destruction implied divine judgment. Jesus is saying the system you trust in is about to collapse. When will these be? When will these things be? And what will be the sign when all these things are about to be accomplished? They ask about timing and signs. The disciples assume the temple destruction is the end of the age. Jesus will reshape that assumption here soon. "See that no one leads you astray." This is the first command. Before talking about events, Jesus warns about deception. "Many will come in my name saying, 'I am he.' False messiahs will arise." This happened historically. Various figures claimed to be deliverers during times of crisis. Spiritual deception is a greater danger than external events. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. Jesus says, "Do not panic. This must take place. But the end is not yet." Wars are not the final signal. They are part of a broken world. Nations will rise against nation. There will be earthquakes and famines. These events feel catastrophic. They feel like they disrupt human stability, but Jesus calls them the beginning of birth pains. This is a metaphor here. Birth pains mean real pain, increasing intensity and leading to new life. And yet Jesus reframes suffering to not meaningless chaos, but a purposeful process. History is moving towards something. Then the disciples ask, "When is the end?" And Jesus answers, Don't be deceived and don't panic." He shifts the focus from predicting timelines and maintaining faithfulness. And false messiahs come in my name, and they look convincingly and they claim authority. The great threat is not war, it is spiritual confusion. And we see that in 1 John 4, chapter 4, 1 through 6. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus has come in the flesh is from God. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, of which you have heard that is coming. It is coming, and now it is already in this world. Little children, you are from God, and have conquered them, for the one who is in you is greater than the one in the world. In that 1 John, he uses children again. And as we heard in the last video, children refers as the example of faith, the example of what it means to be great in the kingdom, to have nothing, to come with an open hand, with an empty hand. He's calling believers children, for they are the children of God, and that children are the example for us and how we come to God. And next we go on to the next section, which is persecution foretold. Starting at verse 9. As for yourselves, be aware, for they will hand you over to the councils, and you will be beaten in synagogues, and you will stand before governors and kings because of me, as a testimony to them. And the good news must first be proclaimed to all nations. When they bring you to a trial and hand you over, do not worry beforehand about what you are to say, but say whatever is given to you at that time. For it is not you who speaks, but the Holy Spirit. Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children rise against parents and have them put to death. And you will be hated by all because of my name. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. Be on guard. This is the central command. It means stay alert, be spiritually prepared, and do not be caught off guard. The danger is not just external chaos, it is how disciples respond to pressure. They will deliver you over to councils. You will be beaten in synagogues. You will stand before governors and kings. Jesus describes 3 levels of opposition: religious opposition, the councils, the synagogue opposition, the synagogues, and the physical. These represent Jewish religious authorities. Physical suffering. You will be beaten. Faithfulness will involve real suffering. Political opposition, governors and kings. This points to Roman authorities, religious, social, and political. It comes from every direction. Persecution is not meaningless, and instead it becomes a platform for a witness, a way the gospel reaches a new audience. Even trials are part of the mission, and the gospel must first be proclaimed to all nations. This is a key statement. Before the end, the gospel will spread globally. Even persecution serves this purpose, and historically, trials before rulers allowed Christians to speak publicly about Jesus. The gospel was spread through hardships and not comfort. Following Jesus may bring rejection, misunderstanding, and hostility, but that is okay because it is advancing the kingdom of God. And in that advancement, you are put on a new pedestal. You are in a great line of the kingdom. You have your own great seat in the kingdom. You have your invitation to the dinner table. You have your seat. And you have your castle, your mansion in heaven. It is far greater than what is on earth. And on to the next section, the Desolating Sacrilege, which is 14 through 23. But when you see this desolating sacrilege set up where it ought not to be, then those in Judea must flee to the mountains. The one on the housetop must not go down or enter the house to take anything away. The one in the field must not turn back to get a coat. Woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing infants in those days. Pray that it may not be in winter, for in those days there will be suffering, such as has not been from the beginning of the creation that God created until now. No, it never will be. And if the Lord had not cut short those days, no one would be saved. But for the sake of whom he chose, he has cut short those days. And if anyone says to you at this time, look, here is the Messiah, or look, there he is, do not believe it. False messiahs and false prophets will appear and produce signs and omens to lead astray, if possible, the elect. But be alert. I've already told you everything. But when you see the abomination of desolation standing where it ought not to be, this phrase comes from the book of Daniel. What does it mean? Abomination is something detestable and often idolatrous. Desolation is something that brings destruction or ruin. So it refers to a sacrilegious act that desecrates a holy place and brings judgment. In the 2nd century BC, a ruler desecrated the Jewish temple by setting up pagan worship. This event became a symbol of ultimate sacrilege. So abomination of desolation became a pattern. When God's holy place is defiled, judgment follows. Let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. The tone is urgent. Do not go back inside your house. Do not grab possessions. Pray it is not winter. This is not symbolic language, it is practical survival instructions. Because what is coming will be sudden and devastating. There will be such tribulation as has not been from the beginning of the creation. Jesus describes unparalleled distress. This echoes language from Daniel, and it emphasizes intensity, uniqueness, and catastrophic suffering. If the Lord had not cut short the days, no human would be saved. Even in judgment, God is sovereign. He limits the duration, and he preserves the elect. This shows that judgment is real, but is not uncontrolled. If anyone says to you, look, here is the Christ, do not believe it. During crisis, people look for deliverers, false messiahs will arise. And Jesus warns that they may even perform signs and wonders. But they aim to lead people astray. This is to guide us in that time. This is to guide us into what will happen in the end times. We'll see more of that in Revelation as well. But for now, on to the next section, which is the coming of man, of the Son of Man. This is verse 24 through 27. But in those days, after the suffering, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. Then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth and to the ends of the heavens. This passage is a climactic moment of Jesus' teachings. After describing tribulation and deception and judgment, Jesus now reveals his ultimate return and glory. But in those days, after the suffering, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heavens, and the powers in heaven will be shaken. This language comes from the Old Testament. It's a prophetic imagery. It is seen in Isaiah 13:34 and in Daniel. It signals the collapse of the present world order, God's direct intervention in history, judgment on evil powers. This is not just symbolic of political upheaval. It represents the end of the old creation as we know it. Son of Man. This is Jesus' favorite title for himself, and is rooted in Daniel chapter 7 verses 13 through 14. A heavenly figure given authority, glory, and everlasting kingdom, worshipped by all nations. Coming in clouds is divine presence. Power and glory, not humility like his first coming, but visible kingship. Then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth and to the ends of heaven. Who are the elect? God's people, those who belong to God. Angels are sent out and believers are gathered from every direction. This is salvation completed, God's people brought home in a global restoration. No believer is lost. God gathers all of his people from everywhere. This is God's restoration for us. This is God protecting us from the destruction and bringing us to the new creation, to the new earth and new heaven. And on to the next section, which is the lesson of the fig tree. This is a shorter one. This is only 28 through 31. From the fig tree, learn its lesson. As soon as its branches become tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also when you see these things taking place, you know that he is near at the very gates. Truly I tell you, this generation will not pass away until all things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. In Israel, a fig tree loses leaves in winter, buds in spring, and signals that summer is near. It's a natural sign that something is about to happen. Just as you read the seasons from a tree, you should be able to read the times from the events Jesus described. These things refer to tribulation, deception, the desolating sacrilege, and the upheaval leading to his coming. This phrase emphasizes immediacy. Not far away, not vague, but right at the door. When these events unfold, it means God's plan is reaching completion. Jesus' return is imminent. In a decisive sense, it doesn't necessarily mean immediate and in minutes, but certain and close in God's timeline. This is important. As you read from the tree, you should be able to read from the events that Jesus says. We will know based off of what Jesus has already told us. And on to the next section, the necessity for watchfulness. But about that day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. Beware, keep alert, for you do not know when the time will come. It is like a man going on a journey, when he leaves home and puts his slaves in charge, each with his work, and commands the doorkeeper to be on watch. Therefore, keep awake, for you do not know when the master of the house will come. In the evening, or at midnight, or at cockcrow, or at dawn, or else he may find you asleep when he comes suddenly. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake. But about the day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. The timing is hidden. No human knows, not even angels, and not even the Son doesn't not reveal it. Only God the Father knows. Jesus intentionally removes the possibility of date setting and predicting the exact moment. The focus shifts from when will it happen to are you ready? Beware, keep alert, for you do not know when the time will come. These commands, beware, be on guard, keep alert, is stay spiritually awake and watch, which is being ready. Jesus tells a mini parable. A man goes on a journey, leaves servants in charge, and assigns each a task. The doorkeeper must stay awake. The master will return, but the timing is unknown. Meaning, Jesus is the master, believers are the servants, and each has a responsibility. Christian life is not passive waiting, it's active faithfulness. Keep awake in the evening or at midnight, or at cockcrow or at dawn, or else he may find you asleep when he comes suddenly. This is 4 time periods: evening, midnight, early morning, or dawn. Asleep is not the physical sleep, but is spiritual complacency, and it's carelessness, and it's forgetting Christ. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake. This isn't just for the disciples. This commandment is for all believers in every generation. This is Jesus speaking to all of us, speaking to every single one who will become a believer, will become a Christian. He is speaking to all of us. He, in this time, is seeing you. In this time, as he is saying this, he is seeing you. He's seeing on how you are a Christian, how you must be aware, and how you must be faithful, and how you must stay alert. Be awake. Be alert. For he is coming, and we do not know. And when he is here, we do not want to be asleep, because if we are asleep, we are careless. We are spiritually dead when we're asleep. We are not ready if we are asleep. If we are asleep, we are not actively acting in faithfulness, but yet we are being passive in our faith. This is Jesus proclaiming the next steps. This is Jesus telling them what will come, what will happen. This is Jesus saying that he is a sovereign Lord, that he is one with God. He is a sovereign ruler and Lord, and he will come back for us. After his death and resurrection, after his ascendance to heaven, he will come back for us. So be alert, be awake, awaken, for he is coming. With that being said, I pray that you see that the chapter isn't speaking just to the people of the time, but it's speaking to us all. It is directly saying to the future generations, be awake, for I am coming for you. Don't let me find you asleep in your faith. Don't let me find you dead in your faith. Don't let me find you dead. Let your faith be alive. With that being said, I pray that you get something from this video. I pray that this video inspires you to go into the Word yourself and to study this passage yourself. And I pray that you are able to find the same studies that I found and go even further than what I went. With that being said, guys, have a blessed day and have a great rest of your day, guys, and have a great rest of your week and your weekend. And peace, may peace follow you and be awake in your faith. May your faith be alive. See you guys tomorrow with Mark chapter 14. Bye.